My name is Jean Hally and I'm Druid's company manager.
My name is Rachel Stout and I'm the assistant stage manager. We are here in Dublin rehearsing for DruidO'Casey.
As company manager, I mind the company. I do a lot of the scheduling, a lot of the logistics and some of the pastoral care of the company as well. Then we have deputy stage manager, who on this show is Sophie Flynn. And that person sits in the rehearsal room, manages the rehearsal room, takes what's known as blocking for the show, which is all the movement of all of the actors. And then Sophie will ultimately call the cues during each performance of the show. So anything that moves, light, sound, scenery, sometimes even cueing actors on and off. Basically anything technical that happens on stage is called by the DSM during the show.
The assistant stage managers will be backstage with a headset and we'll be listening to our deputy stage manager giving standbys to the lighting guy. So she'll give a standby. Often the lighting cues would maybe go with the sound cue if it's a thunder, for example. And there might also be an actor entering on that as well. So she would, as well as calling these things, she's telling lighting to go. She's probably pressing a button for sound. She's also pressing a button for the standby for the actor. And that's why the deputy stage manager is so important, because every single person is listening to the DSM. If you're passionate about what you do, you can go anywhere. Networking is a huge part of working within the theatre industry, meeting people, going to events, going to shows. The only way to learn is to just do it, is to go for it and have the confidence to ask the questions and make the mistakes, because that's the best way to learn. Oh, how did they do that? Oh, that person had to eat a cake. So that means they needed a cake every day. Did they make the cake? Did they buy the cake? Is it a fake cake?
There's a huge part of stage management that's research. So obviously these plays are set in a realistic historical environment. So we have to be as historically accurate with our props. You know, there will be people sitting in the audience that know a lot about the period historically. You can't fool them.
It is daunting, the scale of it, but it is one of the most exciting parts of this project as well. And doing a trilogy tells a different story, having sort of 3 different chapters. The trick is to pretend like it is just a small show and not overthink it too much, or you will be overwhelmed and start to panic with the amount of stuff that we have to do. But as Jean said, we do have a really good team. Everybody is very supportive and collaborative. So stage management on this project is a bit special because although the objects in general on any show help us tell a story, they have an extra level of importance within this story, because the people here, they have next to nothing. They have no money and very little means. And so everything that they have, every item they own is so much more valuable. So when we see a teapot or a quilt, who owned it before and who would own it after, it's a totally different mindset that we have about things now.